Dave, you see, so when you pick all these policies one by one, they were well intended. Look at the one village, one dam. If you actually did this project well, remember the finance ministry and agreement said they need 1.5 billion or so, where they were able to give them 500 times for the 8 regions. We live in a country where 8 of our food producing regions, because rain didn't come, they are telling us that Ghana is food insecure. Meanwhile, look at the budget we've taken to planting for food and jobs. Look at one village. You see, so you may be NPP, you may not like what we do, but ask yourself, when you put 4 billion cedis in a program that is supposed to produce food, that is supposed to create jobs, and your food inflation, your food is still expensive. Farmers are saying that 8 regions are facing drought and they need emergency fund to produce. What does it tell you? It tells you that the contractor you gave the one village, one dam to didn't do a good job. And that's why multimedia will go chase and find out tested dams. Tested dams. When the dam themselves are tested. There. So it's every year the Bakri Dam, we can't harvest the water and do some irrigation with it and do some farming with it. Where's the Palugu Dam? Where is it? 12 million that they did mobilization, someone asked. Where's the Palugu Dam? Charlie. Well, we get 12 million out to do some feasibility studies or whatever it is. Dave, of this program, did we really need a full barometer to tell us that E-Levy is a nonsense tax? No. They didn't sit here. The NPP, in fact, the late John Kuma, God rest his soul, led the movement, taught this country, quoted scriptures, quoted messages, turned into pastors and philosophers. Have you forgotten what they said? They will create 11 million jobs from E-Levy. And then shouted on the rooftops, give us E-Levy. We won't go to IMF. Road construction. Give us E-Levy. We won't go to IMF. 3 months and we were at the IMF. They maintain the E-Levy. That's marks of dishonesty. That's marks of criminality. If you want to bring in informal people into a tax net, you don't do a blanket policy and say E-Levy. Because of Ghana card, everybody has a unique tax identification number. You do not say to should not pay E-Levy. We told them they spent already money we didn't have. Organized town hall meetings, wore white kaftans, quoted scriptures to us. Didn't you go to IMF today? Right. Then when they turned around, they are now saying that when they give them the mandate again, they will cancel the E-Levy. It tells you that. So when who made that business case to cabinet to convince them to bring the E-Levy? If it was a good tax, why are they telling us now that they'll cancel it? It tells you that we as media, we will always be here. And as I always say, posterity will judge us all. And so if another time we come and play some of these voices as total recall, then you say I'm NPP. Be it from NDC or be it from NDC, you don't come and attack us. Because there are things that you said, there are things that you promised. And if you look at the E-Levy when they were going to implement it, they even told us we said here. They told us they're going to use some of the money to construct roads. And that's like they abolished the road tolls. Dave, look at
now the road tolls are coming back.
That's what they're saying. Look at my Access Bank app. Kameyesu weekend 10 cedis. Send 1,000 cedis. 10 cedi. Already the salary has been paid. Tax on by Kwasichum. Salary we saying David, because my salary Apuzo told me and what comes into my account, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Then you've already taxed my salary. Then at every instance where I'm just sending money to somebody, you tax me again that you want to rake in more people into the tax net. If you want to rake people in the tax net, you know that you just say to work in a structured organization. Go to the various sites. Don't be lazy and let GRA sit in their offices. Go to the site, the Masons, have a way, their tax identification number, the Ghana card, uniquely identify them, put them into a tax bracket and tax them. You don't do this and retrogress our fintech space and later tell us that, you see, you've already spent money. This is the post-painful thing. If you like, let's get the finance ministry internal budget and check how much they spent within that time on the town hall meetings they did on the regions. Then 3 years later, when the country's economy is not doing well, we will say that, let's all come together. You and who should come together? You and who should come together? When you're doing the town hall meetings and taking allowances, you just not make a home. Who and who should come together?
The question I want to, what I want to understand is, does this mean that if NDC should come to power, they should, continue with Akufo-Addo's policies?
Yeah, so it means that, so for example, when you look at free SHS, Dave, I don't know whether you have that data. Let me share it now. When you look at the survey, they ask people about the policies they want the government to maintain. And strongly, they talked about free SHS. That's why I said the free SHS is ironclad.
85%.
So the question is, David, there's a question. Should the next government retain these ongoing initiatives? 85% said yes for free SHS.
Yeah.
Planting for food and jobs, 81%. One day to one factory, 71%. One village, one dam, 60%. Electronic levy, 17%. So it's the most unpopular. But the only issue is that under free SHS, they give some glimpses of what the government have to do, just like the NCC data.
An improvement in there.
If John Mahama wins, if Mahama Bawumia wins, because election anybody can win, and any of them decide to cancel free SHS, it will be politically suicidal.
No, but I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them.
Yeah,
has,
they only have to make it better.
Improve upon it.
Because David, see, when you look at, and if you give me just about 2 minutes, I am a fan of a champion. When you read about the NPP flagship program, there's 17 or so of them. Pick each one and look at the thinking behind it. Brilliant. The issue has just been how to do it. So, for example, one of the reasons why the NHIS is successful is because there's an act of parliament that mandates it. We know how it is funded, we know how disbursement is done, and everything. It's a structured in free SHS as we speak. It's not it's a government program. It's not a national policy. That's why they want to go to parliament to do that. When you do that, we get dedicated source of fund. We know how food will be bought. We know how supplies will be paid through the buffer stock and all that. All these things will come into a structured program. If John Mahama and the NDC, the Ghanaian people, give them the mandate and they decide to cancel free SHS, they will not win any election again.
I don't think they will.
Now, David, look at the program, the planting for food and jobs and the rallying for food and jobs, David. Imagine we did this thing well. The last time Leo sent us a video from a gentleman in, is it Techiman?
With the
where the oranges.
Yeah.
You see, so if indeed, you know, the NPP did the map of Ghana with all the factories they wanted to create around that time, the 260 districts.
So they picked what they were good at, and then they will.
Exactly. So if this thing is there, look at the fruit juices on our show. Leo is the one that made me stop all these things. I thought it was fruit juice until
all preservatives,
exactly,
abound in there.
David, look
and so, but how then do we make it encouraging for people to go into farming? If somebody toils on the farm during the scorching sun, and then harvests sacks of what do you call oranges,
and they make losses,
and doesn't have a market for it, will he continue doing it? You'd rather give the land to Galamsey.
Yeah, of course.
Because that will give him some quick money.
Yeah.
But if we have a place where we store these oranges, where we have a place where we take these oranges to as a factory where we will be making orange juices from them, exporting some and consuming some, wouldn't we be making much more money? And wouldn't we be encouraging the farmer to do much more? Come this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, we'll be observing a Farmers' Day because of the elections.
Yeah.
This Friday will be observed a Farmers' Day. What are we really doing for our farmers to make them continue to farm?
Yeah. So nowadays you see farmers getting. I saw one guy who he received his money and then he was flashing it on social media saying he's going to enjoy. And I'm like, this is the first time I'm seeing peasant farmers getting bundles of cash, but then the value to is nothing.
Yeah.
Like